Hey, Darin Garman here, and I want to welcome you to this week's blog. And what I want to talk about with you real briefly are really about mistakes to avoid when it comes to investing in apartments or commercial investment real estate. And what we're going to do over the next 5 or 6 blogs is really hit each of those mistakes with you briefly, at least give you some things to think about in the back of your mind. Okay. First of all, I want to start with what I would consider the biggest one, and then we'll go down from there. The biggest mistake I see people making when they invest in apartments or commercial investment real estate is they don't take a look at the area and the location close enough. Okay, so what you want to do when you are looking at a potential purchase, whether it be an apartment building, commercial property, heck, even a single family home, is not only do you want to pay close attention to the property, the mechanicals, inspect it, and make sure everything is in good shape, and all of those things that you would logically think you would do, but make sure you take a look at what the area is like, a half-mile to 1 mile radius around the property. Okay? In other words, ask yourself this question. In the next 5 to 10 years, based on what I see around the property, is this going to be a saleable property? Okay? In the next 5 to 10 years, based on what I see within a half-mile to 1 mile radius, what's going on with this property, is this going to be a saleable property? Okay? So for example, if you have a property and you see lots of growth, new construction, there's lots of activity, that's a pretty positive sign that you may have some things going on. Okay? Or on the other hand, I just looked at a property here the other day where the property looked good enough, but 4 blocks away the movie theater just closed, the hotel next door closed about 6 months before that, there's some properties about a mile away that are starting to deteriorate. See, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have really known that this area is really in the process of declining. In the next 5 to 10 years, I could be stuck, with a property, because always keep this in mind. Your biggest cash flow comes from when you sell the property, doesn't it? Okay, it doesn't come every month. It comes when you sell. And in order to maximize the sales price of that property, not only do you have to be a good property manager and do all of the things to maximize cash flow, but the important thing that not a lot of people talk about is the location has got to be good. Not only now, but inside your head, that needs to be a good location 5 to 10 years down the road. Okay? All right, look, I'll leave you with that, and I'll follow up here next week with my next entry on the mistakes to avoid when purchasing an apartment or commercial investment property.